Hi everyone and welcome to episode 84 of Like, Share, Follow. And this week I have Cassie Orreal, who is a marketing manager at Bayblue Management Pty Limited. I can't speak this time of the morning. So, how are you, Cassie?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, really well. And so you were in my class, not last semester, last year, wasn't it? That was the last social media class you had with me. Yeah. But throughout your time at university, you've always been working full-time as well.
Yeah, correct.
In marketing. And so how do you go about juggling the both? Because you're full-time student and full-time working. So how do you do it?
It has been a juggle. I guess that the benefit of working even at all during your degree is that you are able to implement what you learn at university straight away at work and see how it actually performs firsthand, I guess. I have been very fortunate that I've got a lot of people supporting me through work and at home, that I am able to work full-time and study full-time. My work is very flexible with my hours so that I can continue to finish uni, and was great being able to do that.
And so tell me about your job. So what do you do in your role?
Yeah, so I am the marketing manager for 3 pubs on the Sunshine Coast in the hinterland. So my role is it's just me in my department.
Wow.
So I oversee all of the marketing for all 3 venues. So it's social media, advertising externally. So we do a lot of paper advertising. We've done a lot of TV, bus, radio. So a lot of different sort of digital and non-digital advertising, and just making sure that the communications are across the board, like they're the exact same across all 3 venues. So it is a struggle sometimes when you've got 3 different venues that you're trying to make different but the same. So it is a challenge, but it is a fun challenge. So
and so you started in your role before you started your degree.
Yeah, so I started with the business, working in one of their bottle shops, and then started working in their bars, and was approached for this position and told to apply. I was actually studying a Bachelor of Primary Education at the time. So for 6 months I was working in the role with 0 experience and no idea what I was doing or where I was going. And then I started to do the I started a Bachelor of Business first, and majored in marketing before I ended up doing a Bachelor of Communications, social media. So I've changed a few times, but so I was fortunate enough to actually start university after I had gotten into the industry.
Yeah. And so what do you think set you apart in getting that role? Why did you think they approached you for that particular role? Did you make suggestions in your other roles? Like what made them notice you to be offered this marketing manager role?
I think it was because I was the youngest, one of the youngest managers that they had, and that I was a bit more up to date with social media and the changes of social media, and they didn't really they advertised it externally for like 2 days. So they had a couple of applicants from that, but it was more like someone who knew the business and someone who had worked within the business and grow that business together and grow the position together. So I've just been very lucky to have got it, and then continue to just make it my own, really, and find new things every day. So.
And you clearly have a passion for it. But was it something that you didn't realize you had a passion for until you sort of jumped into the role?
Oh, yeah. I thought I was always going to be a primary education teacher. Like, I didn't think anything different. Like, that was the get-go. Like, my decision from leaving school was that's what I was going to do. And then this position came along and I was like, I don't know if that's really for me. I'll see how I go. I'll give it 6 months before I start university and see if that is what I wanted to do. And I've loved it ever since. Like, it's the best job ever. So.
And what advice would you, what is some of the best career advice that you've been given?
just really go for it. Like, there's no right or wrong in social media. Just give it a crack. I have taken on every training that has been handed to me, especially with university. We've been given a lot of extra training courses on the side, and they may not have been part of the actual class or what you should be doing for that course, but I've gone ahead and done all of them anyway, just so that I've got that extra bit of training, and just, really just go for it. Like,
and that's great advice, because oh my goodness, like I can't pack everything into the courses that I want to.
No.
And like there are so many other great resources outside of university that you can do certifications and free courses, through HubSpot and Adobe and Hootsuite and all of those platforms that, you're crazy not to do that. And I think too, if you're going to do the bare minimum, that might be all you get in return. Like,
exactly. Yeah. Like I was very at the start, like P's get degrees, like that. Working full time and going to university, you get to that stage where P's get degrees. But when you actually start putting the work in and you start seeing the HDs and the Ds come through, you're like, oh, okay, I can do it. I'm going to work that bit harder because I know I can actually do it. And I want to see that I'm able to get those results. So when you have that mindset, it definitely changes everything. And you just strive. It's fantastic.
Totally. And I mean, it's more like then you're actually really absorbing the course rather than just trying to pass the assessments. And so speaking of university, what has been some of the things you've learned at university, skills, knowledge, experiences that you found the most beneficial in your current role?
It's hard to separate them and what was actually from university and what was from work. But what I did find is that I'm able to overcome those challenges. Because, like, obviously with university, you're handed an assignment that you know nothing about, but you need to study, you need to research and to get the information to be able to complete it. So it's like you can do exactly the same thing outside of work. So you're handed a task at your job. You don't know what is involved with it. You've got to research that. So I guess that skill was really good. So it's like you can conquer anything that you put your mind to. Because sometimes I looked at assignments and was like, what is this? I have no idea what we are doing, and then get some of the best marks that I've ever gotten. So I guess that's one of the things that I have learned from university, is that I can just, if I put my mind to it. So.
Yeah. And I think this is the learning process, is it? You're not meant to know what you're doing at the beginning,
or the end.
By the end, you probably feel a bit more competent, but like at the beginning, you don't know, and that's the whole journey. And so, on the flip side, what's been some knowledge and skills you've needed in your current role that you haven't been able to gain at university?
Up until probably that final year, I definitely wanted some more practical knowledge. I feel like everything was very theory-based, and I was quite fortunate to have your courses actually come up, and we got a lot of those hands-on practical knowledge with real clients. So we got to communicate with clients and got to do that. I definitely feel like there is some back-end social media stuff that we could still have learnt, but I guess that just comes with working on the job and taking the extra free courses and your Facebook blueprint and things like that. So
and I identify that too. There is so much more I wish I could put in. And we did have some really great courses that did that, but they've sort of been slimmed down now. So I guess at least there's a focus now on internships. So hopefully that provides opportunities to really skill up in those things that we can't fit into the courses.
Yeah, and it gives people that opportunity to work at a range of different places through their internship.
And so because you are do a lot on social media now as part of your role, what has been something that you found quite interesting in the last couple of weeks that you would like to share?
Oh, just really that it's sort of something you've known all along. It's just there's so many changes and things are changing so often. And as I've said before, there is no right or wrong way when it comes to social media. At the moment, they're saying that video is the way to go on Instagram, and 4 weeks ago it was Reels, and it's going to continue to change. So it's just you stick to your strategy and really drive it from there, because it will continue to change, and it's so hard to keep up with sometimes. So
absolutely. And what is some advice you could give to emerging professionals who aren't yet working in the field, or maybe who've just started working in the field, about how to succeed in their career? And this could be not just social media related, but it could be just anyone sort of getting into, say, the marketing area.
Yeah. Take on every opportunity that's handed to you. It can be harder when you do work full time, but if you are offered an internship, try to make a way to get that to work. All free training, or any training in general, will come in handy. Even if you think you've already know all of the material that's been offered, there's always something in those courses that you do not know. So every training, and you refresh yourself. So it's quite useful to actually continue to do the training over and over again, because there'll be bits and pieces that you pull out of it that you didn't realize that you knew last time. And I guess reach out to people in the industry. Like, this is such a great industry, and people are so lovely that everyone will help you, because everyone just wants to see people succeed in this industry. So
it's so true. And there's such a demand. Like, there's such a demand for people in the industry to because there's so much work in it now. So
people know, since COVID, businesses are realizing that, you know, social media and marketing in general is something that they need to be doing for their venue, no matter what size, or for their business, no matter what size, because it is so important. So there is a massive opportunity for people to get in to this industry and really kick it off straight away.
Yeah. And this is the most important question of the show. Who do you like, share, and follow?
My like, share, and follow is Bronte from Dash of Milk. I follow both the agency and the academy that they have, and it's great to keep up with the information and what's going on, and just to see how the agency is running. So it's my favorite page to follow.
Well, maybe when you see this on LinkedIn or Facebook, you could maybe tag in those accounts. That would be great. Excellent. And we're at the end. So do you have any final words to share?
No, just give it a crack.
That's perfectly fine. So thank you so much, Cassie, and thank you for sharing your insight today. And I will see you online. So thanks everyone for watching. And I'm not sure, I'm hoping to have another episode next week, but we'll see. So I'll be in touch about episode 85. Thanks, everyone.